And welcome to Hannity, and we start this Friday news night with a Fox News alert. Now, tonight we are nearly a month into Putin's hostile invasion of a sovereign country, Ukraine, and Russian forces are very much stalled all over the country. Now, no matter what happens moving forward, this war has been a humiliating disaster for Vladimir Putin, and now the little murdering thug that he is lashing out. This morning, Russia launched a missile attack in western Ukraine, and in the south, we continue to see relentless shelling of civilian areas. Now, this same type of medieval siege would also be happening in Kyiv, but thus far, Russian forces have totally failed to encircle Ukraine's capital city. Good news for Ukraine. Now, Russia's military performance has been incredibly pathetic, but in coming days and weeks, you can expect the carnage, the bloodshed to increase as Putin desperately looks for a way to save face. And meanwhile, back at home in Moscow, Putin is facing more humiliation. Russia's currency is now crashed. Moscow's stock market has been shut down for weeks. Anti-war protests have erupted all over the country. And today, during a big manufactured pro-Putin rally in Moscow, his best attempt to look like Donald Trump, there were some embarrassing technical difficulties during Vladimir's big speech. Take a look.
Совпало, совершенно случайно совпало с днем рождения одного из наших выдающихся военных.
Oops, Vladimir Putin can't get through his speech without screwing that up. Kind of like Joe Biden. Anyway, according to reports, the stadium was filled with thousands of government workers who were required to attend, unlike a Trump rally. Anyone in Russia who voices opposition to Vladimir Putin's war in Ukraine, they're thrown in jail. Vladimir Putin is not in a good place, and right now the world is facing an extremely dangerous and critical tipping point. And what happens in Russia and Ukraine will have reverberations all over the world. But guess what? Our fearless leader, Joe Biden, he's taking another weekend in Delaware. A lot of ice cream, a lot of nap time. And before heading out, Joe did have a call with China's president, President Xi, to discuss Ukraine and other issues of mutual concern. Now, I hope someone reminded Joe that China is not to be trusted. They have their own territorial ambitions. In the lead up to Putin's invasion, the Biden administration, they shared U.S. intel with China and asked them to discourage Russia from attacking. China did the exact opposite, and they immediately gave our intelligence to Vladimir Putin and Russia. Now, as we speak, China is very much aligned with Russia in every way. The country is now a major purchaser of Russian oil and gas. And of course, Russia's oil and gas revenue is what makes Putin rich and Russia richer again. And the higher the price, the more money Putin has to spend on his bloody war and his territorial ambitions. Now, the U.S. could drive down the price of oil and gas right now by drilling, by fracking, by refining, by producing more fossil fuels here at home, getting in more Canadian oil from little Justin. He's willing to do it. But the climate cult eco-socialists, that is the new Democratic Socialist Party, they're standing in the way. Now, despite record-high gas prices, we're all feeling the brunt of it. Congressional Democrats are calling on Biden to declare a national climate emergency and shut down all drilling on all federal lands. Are these people that clueless? They're also calling on Biden to end all energy subsidies for the oil and gas industry. And meanwhile, more than 65 celebrities, oh, this is great, are now protesting a Canadian pipeline with a strongly worded letter. They're very worried about the environment, except, of course, when they themselves need to travel. Many of those celebrities on the list, they're frequent flyers on their private jets, led by Leonardo DiCaprio, Jane Fonda, Ben Stiller, Robert Downey Jr. What hypocrites, right? One pipeline protester, a model named Lily Cole, said that she prefers to take helicopters everywhere. Okay, I'm not against helicopters. I love them. It's a great invention. But you can't lecture the American people, and you can't shut down pipelines if you want to fly around in your private jets and helicopters. Nothing wrong with any of that, but spare us the lectures about climate. Stop telling American citizens to start driving electric vehicles and their need to conserve energy, and go buy yourself an electric car. Well, that might cost you 60 grand. Then you got to pay for the power station. And for the love of peace, by the way, stop faking support for Ukraine. After all, anyone who really wants to stop Putin, you would do whatever it takes to drive the price of oil and gas down and supply our allies in Europe with their energy needs. Whether you want to face this truth or not, it is a reality. The lifeblood of the world's economy is based on oil, gas, and coal. Period. It's not going to be windmills. Solar panels won't cut it. And until we get clean, new sources of energy, go out and find it. That is what the reality of the world is. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.